Alright, I'm going to try to explain this pocket door a little bit better. I didn't explain it very well this last time. Right up here is the front part of the top piece. It's got the little bracket there. And you hook that in right there, and then go all the way down the top. And I come up with 64 and about 7/8. It works out good. And I put a stud right up there next to it. The bottom plate has to be cut out 64 and 7/8. Kind of like this one here. I've cut it out 64 and 7/8. Down at the bottom, 64 and 7/8, and then the opening up here is 64 and 7/8, and I got the top plate. And again, I have to cut mine down off the bottom because I have height restraints. Like it doesn't take a normal stud. It's the studs in here are 81 1/4. So I have to cut the door frame down a little bit, and then I can put it in. I'm going to explain my bathroom, the way I've got it set up. Right here, in this area, is going to be the tub. There, you always measure 5 foot, and then 30 inches. 30 or 30, I think it's 30 inches across. I have to go back and look at my measurements, but then over here in this corner I'm going to have the hot water heater. Come down, I'm going to have the sink right there, washer, dryer set up, over under stacked washer dryer unit, and then, right there, I can put up a towel shelf or, something. And right here is going to be my toilet. I looked at this the other day, I was like, oh, dang, I've got the, I was like, oh, it's because it goes in front of those right there. These right here, that's where the toilet's going to sit by that. So I'm going to probably have to do some blocking in some places, like especially for the tub. Do some blocking that way. If you hit like right in here, then it's not going to break your tub. That way you got some blocking there. And a lot of people put their tub in, then put the drywall over top of it. I'm not going to do just that. In the bathroom, I'm going to do, it's a water mold resistant drywall. I can't remember if it's 1/2 inch or 5/8 thick, but it's a water mold resistant drywall that you put in here. And then once the tub's in, I'm going to put that concrete stuff that you put, I can't remember the name of it. It's some concrete stuff, it's like drywall, but it's concrete for where you can put tile on it. So I'm going to put that, seal it all up with some grout on the corners, and then I'm going to do the tile myself. I've done tile before. It's not hard. It's just meticulous. Of course, I'm going to have a tile floor in here. I haven't decided what kind of tiles. Like, you could put traditional in there, and I think I want to have some nice big tiles in the bath area. But on the floor, of course, I'm going to have the 12 by 12 squares. And 12 by 12. Got me a little DeWalt heater. It's cold outside right now. It runs on propane. Got Got me a little thing of propane there. Man, it heats up quick in here with that. It don't take no time. I've only been in here about 15 minutes from the time I started that, but I've got to get some blocking, some 2x6s for blocking on the upper part here. That way I can, tag the drywall to it. And sometime or another, I've decided what I'm gonna do against everybody's advice on YouTube and where I've built before. This is only about 7 foot something. I can use 2x4s for ceiling joist in here. So I'm gonna have a little shelf area. When you're on this side, there's not enough room to make any like storage or anything, but there is enough room where I can make like a little storage area, like not a storage, but like a indentation in that part, and you can put like knickknacks, or I'm going to put some LED light strips up there just to accent it. And of course, from this part here, the flat spot, and then going down, it's going to be like a regular wall there going up. So you can see the 2x4 right there. It goes right along with us. That's why I put this right where this wall where it was. I'll do the same thing on this bedroom over here. I'll probably go probably on this side of that stud there, just where this stuff was just an experiment. I wanted to see. I was going to put the bathroom right there, but I didn't like it. So I came up with a new design. I haven't taken those out yet. But I think that's going to be enough room for my daughter's bedroom. Yes, she's old enough to be out of the house. She's like, what is she, 26? I think she's 26, maybe 27. I think she's 27. She just had a birthday on Halloween. I have to go back at, let's see, 1998 to now. I think that's 27. I'll have to do the math. But, so this right here, this area right here, let's see, I'll take you from walking in the door. So you walk in the door, we're facing what's going to be the kitchen over there, right? Over here, there's going to be the breaker panel. On this wall here, when it's up, I'm going to put a radiant heat gas, propane gas heater, and then I'm going to have on the wall here refrigerator. You're going to have counter right here, maybe the sink in the corner. I really don't like corner sinks, so I may just put it right here. Have a little bit of a prep area where the stove goes right here, and maybe just another part of shelf on this side. And then I think right in line with this wall, I'm going to come back and build like it's going to be a short wall, maybe come to about right here somewhere, big enough, to hide a couch. It may come down this way a little bit further. I got to get some measurements, but the couch is going to go right here. It's going to be an end table, couch. I don't think I'll have another end table on this end. I might, I don't know. May have to be a custom little shelf there or something. There may not be enough room. But then on this wall, I can have a flat screen TV. This is the outside of the bathroom. I'll be able to put up a flat screen TV on there with maybe a 12-inch wide shelf underneath of it. I think I can put 12 inch. Let's see. I don't know how much I got there. Oh, my back. Oh, let's see. What do I got? Well, I only got maybe 7 inches. 7 inches will work. I can make you take a 2x6 and make shelving. I'll make nice shelves. Made one for my oldest daughter years ago. She had some dolls, and it was the first time she met me. That's another story. It's just long and personal. So, but I made a shelf for her. I painted it some kind of purple. It was really dark. It's like when you look at a crow and the sun hits their feathers a certain way. It's black, but it's purple. That's the color, and it was really pretty. Had a little bit of pearl color in it. It was really pretty. But so far, I think that's what I'm going to do. I may even up here, right here where this flat spot is here, I may continue this little decoration shelf kind of like thing on down through here and put up some LED lights up in here. I think that would be like really nice, some LED strips. And then of course over here I'm going to do the same thing, LED strips up in that little flat area. But I think this is going to be a nice little, it's going to be cozy. It ain't going to take much to heat. I haven't figured out quite where I want to put air conditioner. I could put it a wall, just a regular wall unit, like right here. See, this is going to be where her bedroom starts, right here. But I think I can get a fairly good wall unit to, like a window unit to go in there. Just cut out the tin and everything, make it a permanent. And I think that will cool it off in here enough. Maybe get some smaller units and put in here. I may get a mini split system. I think that's probably a better thing to do, is get a mini split system. And I could put one unit right up here above the couch, one unit in here. Oh, I don't know, probably, oh, I don't know. I mean, I could probably put it on this wall. It probably wouldn't hurt. And then in her bedroom, I can put another. You can run all them off of one compressor, one unit outside, and they're really efficient. But I want the water heater and the stove to both be gas. The gas is a little more efficient in heating up water. Electric, man, a 40-gallon water heater, both elements running, takes 4 kilowatts an hour, and it may only be on for maybe 20-30 minutes at a time, but man, that's a lot of electricity. That's the biggest electricity users in your home. 1, a water heater. 2, a washer. Well, not the washer, but the dryer. It probably uses 4 kilowatts itself, and you'll run that for an hour. Do that every week. That's 4, 8, 12. Let's see, 4, 8, 12, what, 18? Right? 16. I don't know. I'm no good at math unless I do it on a piece of paper. I'm brilliant on paper. I can do any kind of math. I can do trigonometry on paper. I can't do it in my head. It's hard. I'm going to explain my wall here. You can see I've got 3 studs together right here. That was to make this corner a little stronger, because there's, it's just, there's nothing, there's a short piece of plate there, and there's just a little bit of a plate there. And then I made a reverse T. Well, it's a T, but I left this much here to nail drywall to, and then down here at the bottom, see there's a little bit of a gap. That's where the bottom plate goes in, slides underneath it. Then you've got all this. You could put a stud right up next to this, screw it in, and this wall is going to be, it'll be tight and sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere. So even if somebody loses their balance and bumps into it, it ain't going nowhere. It could even hold up, the weight of the ceiling. Just this one, if I wanted it to, put an I-beam down all the way down through, it could hold up the ceiling. Just that one little corner. But this wall, of course, it's going to come up. Let's see, which side of the line? It's going to be on this side of the line there. You can't see it, this side. That's where the plate's going to sit. Then we come up, put a half of a T here, half of a T, because I got this right here in the way. But it's going to be a T nonetheless. It'll be screwed in and be sturdy for the most part. I can put screws down this way into the top of this one, and put screws in this way, the bottom of this one, and then that one I can kind of angle some screws down in, and of course I got a toenail the bottom one. But it'll be real sturdy. And then right here is where I want, of course, right here is where I want the breaker box to be. I wanted the water and the electric to be in the front, because what happens, I wanted it to be in the front because the electric and water is up there. So you trench it down and trench it right to there, and I'm not going to have any problems. If I had to trench it around back, then I got to use more pipe. I don't want to go under the building. You're not really supposed to anyways with electric and water. And then on this place, I've got to get a macerator toilet, or put a tank in the ground that does the macerator action. Macerator, what it does, it's going to sound gross, I know. You flush your toilet, it goes into the tank. It gets into the tank so far, it fills it up, and the pump turns on. But instead of a pump, it's kind of like it grinds everything up that's in there. Food, poo, toilet paper, anything that's in that tank, it sucks it up and shoots it uphill. It's because, as soon as this is built and the other one's built, and got it finished on the inside, the other one up there, I've got a septic tank up there. No need in paying somebody to put in a septic tank down here if I've got one big enough up there, which I do. So I'm going to get a macerator tank and pump everything up to that septic tank up there. it's going to be a lot better. So anyways, I figured I'd try to explain this pocket door again. It just, because I didn't explain it very well in my other one, but it's 64 and 7/8, closer to 65, however long this is from here, this plate, down to this end. That's how far you've got to cut your bottom plate to open. You got to do it before you put the wall up. So your wall will have a little bit of give. I mean, you could cut it out after with a Sawzall or a oscillating cutting tool, but I figured it's easy enough to cut it out beforehand. And then, like I said, I've got height constraints, so I've only got one plate on top of there, and that's all I'll have. All the studs, except for right here, will be sitting on a stud. I may take a like a 1/4-inch thick metal plate and screw it down through here to make it a little bit stronger. I just, I don't know yet. I gotta do some math, see what the weight and everything is. Drywall hanging from 2x4s, and there's a little bit of math involved. I may let you in on some of that later on, but that's basically it. I mean, I thought it was going to be hard to put pocket doors in. Nope, it's not. This top piece is what tells you what to cut it at. So, and well, that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.